we're going to win the election, but... What's up, guys? It's Sunday, November 15th. So what's that make it? It makes it week 2 of the election. The election is not over yet. Don't let anyone say it is. We've got to stay behind the president. Just wait. It's getting huge. Giant news dropped. I had to come make a video. I'm going to try to keep this brief. Sidney Powell, who is General Flynn's lawyer, she's out saying crazy stuff. Giuliani, who has... I'm going to be honest. Giuliani has a terrible reputation. Absolute garbage reputation. Like, I'm 100% behind the president, but Giuliani is such an... God, I just want to be an asshole. He's such an idiot. He's screwed us over so many times. He literally... This is Giuliani. He comes out and says something crazy and then provides zero evidence every time. Makes us look like a bunch of idiots. Alright, you want to be honest? Now, I think he means well, and I think he probably does. He probably is serious and probably has what he says he has every time. But he never does it right. He never releases any of it. He needs a full-time advisor telling him how to do shit and what to say. Because that dude, I swear to God, he just constantly says, "Oh, I've got the biggest bombshell in the world." And they go, "All right, what is it?" And he goes, "Oh, I can't show you." It's like, dude, all right, it gets to a point where if it's classified or... if you're not allowed to talk about it, then just don't even mention it. Because it just screws us over. But Giuliani says, we have proof I can't disclose yet. Says election will be overturned, alright? So, who really cares what Giuliani says, right? But Sidney Powell, she has a good track record. And, Sidney Powell has bigger nuts than most dudes in this whole country. Sidney Powell better have full-time security, because what she has come out and said and who she is going up against is staggering. I almost wouldn't have the balls to do it. I would do anything. I will say anything for this country. I'm not going to be a bitch. I am disposable when it comes to this country and its future and the future of our children. And the future of this country going along with liberty and freedom. We're not buying in to this giant New World Order, world government crap. We're not doing it. We are not doing it. We're going to have independent nations, big whoop. We'll help other nations like we've been have. And we're not going into this giant Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum crap bullshit of, global community and global economy, and let's just let these bankers own the whole planet and run everything. We're not doing it. We're not buying it. Alright, so let's just get right into it. We're fixing to overturn election results in multiple states. Sidney Powell releases the Kraken. Alright, listen to this. She stated there's massive fraud. We have sworn witness testimony of why the software was designed. It was designed to rig elections. He was fully briefed on it. He saw it happen in other countries. It was exported internationally for profit by the people who are behind Smartmatic and Dominion. That's an allegation. Sidney Powell drops bomb on Sunday Morning Futures. CIA may have used Dominion for its own benefit. Going up against the CIA, who we all know is involved, the CIA, people like to believe that the CIA is pro-America. When has the CIA ever done anything to help you? Oh, wait. The CIA is the most useless garbage. Here's the CIA was developed because during the Cold War, warfare basically switched from kinetic warfare with tanks and guns and boats and planes to psychological warfare, country versus country. So, yeah, we designed it for that, and that's what we need it for, and that's what it's used for. But it's so corrupted and so possibly compromised by other governments and by this giant global intelligence Five Eyes network that it's anti-American and it just screws us over all the time. So I don't know. I'd like to say disband the CIA. I'm sure we need it for something. But we've got like 16 intelligence agencies. We don't need all of them, all right? Half of them are just causing us trouble. The president can't keep an eye on all of it. We can't keep an eye on all of it. There's crap going on all the time. We need pro-American, agencies, and that's it. I don't need Five Eyes in my country doing stuff in my country that I don't want. I don't need that. I don't need the trouble of that. I concede nothing. Trump blasts fake news media for saying he conceded. I guess he went on Twitter. This is just like Trump. It's pretty funny. He says, Biden won because the election was rigged. Then they go, oh, he conceded. Funny thing they would say, they're like, yeah, the election was rigged. Well, he just conceded, But then he came out and tweeted, he goes, he only won in the eyes of the fake news media. I concede nothing. We have a long way to go. This was a rigged election. You can already see, like, these are big allegations. And they're not playing. They're not coming out for fun. They're saying this stuff because they plan to go all the way with it. All right, I'm telling you right now. We're going to win the election, but it's going to get crazy. What do you think's going to happen now? It's been 2 weeks. It's going to be 3 to 4 weeks. It's going to be 1 to 2 more weeks until all this stuff really comes out. Okay? I don't know exactly how it's going to come out. I don't know if it's going to be interviews with Dominion people. I don't know what. But there's people who are spilling the beans out there. It's going to happen in our favor. And in 1 to 2 more weeks, the Democrats are going to be even more conditioned to believing that Biden is fully the president. The media is working in overtime to make stories and headlines that like make it sound like Biden's the president and make it sound like Trump lost and that it's all in past tense. It's like a giant. I mean, they are in overtime. People are not sleeping trying to do this, trying to protect their asses because they're all going down. This is giant. You ever thought like Trump doing little attacks and like people getting arrested, pedophile rings and stuff like that? You ever thought like he was doing serious stuff? Now, he's been forced into this position because if he's going to keep any of his integrity to this country and to what is true, then he has to go forward with the biggest attack on the deep state that's ever been done before. This is going to be insane. Trump will be declared the victor. I don't know what media is going to go along with it. Will no media go along with it? Because if you notice, they waited till have their media. Fox News was a facade the whole time. They were all getting ready for this moment. Facebook, Twitter, Google, all fully on the deep state side, and they are going to say that Trump lost, Trump's crazy, 25th Amendment, remove Trump now, military remove Trump. Just prepare yourself. It's going to be insane. You think it's crazy now? It's going to get insane. Now I've got more crazy stuff. Anti-Trump Dominion voting system security chief participating in Antifa calls posted Antifa manifesto letter to Trump on Facebook. So there was this guy, Joe Oltmann, FEC United founder, reveals how he infiltrated Antifa, and during a conversation with Antifa members, he discovered Eric from Dominion was alleged part of the chat during the week of September. Eric was telling the Antifa members they needed to keep up the pressure. When Oltmann asked, who's Eric? Someone answered, Eric, he's the Dominion guy. Oltmann said the conversation continued when someone asked, what are we going to do if effing Trump wins? Oltmann paraphrased how Eric, the Dominion guy, responded, don't worry about the election, Trump's not going to win. I made effing sure of that. Just another foam at the mouth freak. TDS, losing his mind, probably pedophile compromised POS. That's the thing. Why do you think these people fight so hard? It's like, why do these people fight so hard? Why don't they just give up? Because they're on video doing stuff to kids you couldn't even imagine to compromise them. This is what Save Our Children was all about. You think all these stupid idiots who joined in that, like a bunch of bandwagoneer BLM idiots who are like, yeah, save our children. They literally think that it's about like the pedophile who lives down the street from you. They think it's about like low-time pedophilia. No. We who started Save Our Children, it's about giant pedophile blackmail rings like Jeffrey Epstein one and many others like it. It's not about no stupid small-time, the guy down your street crap. You fools, you idiots. You don't even know what you're getting into, just like the same reason they're into BLM. They have no idea what it's about. They just know it's a positive, it sounds like a positive cause to them. It sounds like they can take the moral high ground, so they're on the bandwagon in an instant. Hillary Clinton attorney Mark Elias was behind not one but two actions messing in Georgia's election. So this guy, like, they made one filed by Stacey Abrams, that fat, ugly wart Stacey Abrams. That's Stacey Abrams. And the New Georgia Project, her nonprofit, filed May 8th. Mark Elias of Perkins is behind this agreement as well. I have the agreement. It's giant, okay? I'll post it to the Patreon. You can join on the Patreon for $1. But here, the New Georgia Project is a nonpartisan community-based organization with the principle of place of business, blah, 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 BS, blah, 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 stupid stuff about how great we are and how blah, blah, blah. Listen to this. More self-aggrandizing garbage. Finally, as a trusted messenger among Georgia's communities of color, and particularly among its core consistency of registrants, NGP could better serve its constituency and effectuate its mission by collecting and delivering completed signed and sealed absentee ballots. These services would ensure that such ballots arrive on time and can be counted particularly during the needed current pandemic. It's all about the pandemic. Oh, that's why we have to steal the election, you know. However, the voter assistance ban prevents NGP from assisting voters in this way, burdening not only NGP's constituents, but also preventing NGP from engaging in a core form of political speech. False. So this is all a lawyer's crap garbage. You know, I'm a stupid douche lawyer, and here's how we're going to go around the law, the voter law in Georgia, and we're going to try to modify the law outside legislation, just like a mask mandate. We say so because of the pandemic. So it's illegal. This is one of the things that Trump's people are suing for, because this is illegal and the legislator didn't change the voting laws, so it's thrown out, which would get rid of a lot of votes. Okay, now that's small-time voter fraud. This is why it's just hilarious. It's really funny because over the last week or so, all this small-time voter fraud has been come out, very exposing of the deep state, the Democrats, and how they operate every single election. All the old stuff about the USPS backdating stuff, the vote watchers not being able to see what's going on with the ballots, people saying the ballots are water damaged, so now we have to make new ballots, and then not even looking at the original ballot as they just make a new ballot. Tons and tons of small-time stuff like that, where then the media goes, no proof of widespread voter fraud, until we get to Dominion voting systems. Now, when I was younger, and even before I could vote, I heard about voting machines, and I immediately thought, what the hell? I'm not going to put my vote into a machine. Just by default, it just sounds like complete crap. It sounds like a scam. Well, I put my vote into this machine. I don't know what happens on the back end of that inside the software. Well, we know what happens now. There has been a lady, Bev Harris, who has come on every election I've seen, every midterm election, every election she comes out, and I've seen her interviews where she talks about fraction magic and how inside these voting machines, she's been talking about this forever, okay? She's completely vindicated now. About how they apply weights to votes. So inside the machine, you can just say a Trump vote is not worth a full vote. It's worth like 3/5 of a vote. So that comes out to 0.6. For each vote comes out to 0.6 of a vote inside the machine when the vote adds them up. So they can't take whole votes, but this is how they do it. And so then they can do 1.5 votes. That's 1.5 votes. So they can take Biden votes and give it a heavier weight. And then they can take weight away from other votes that they don't like. Yeah, you heard me right. And this is one of her articles from 2014 or 2015. And with proof, the receipts coming out of the machines, and then the or what the machine says, and then the final votes. They don't match. They don't match. So you can find this at blackboxvoting.org. That's her website. I'll put that on the Patreon too. Shocking history of Dominion voting. Dominion voting system was founded in Canada in 2002-03 with an openly progressive mission. to develop, which would not just process ballots, but also mobilize voters, a popular slogan on the left. In 2010, all right, first of all, like, they started up, and they just, like, didn't have any sales, right? But here comes Obama to the rescue. In 2010, Obama's DOJ Eric Holder, that sack of crap, took the EVS unit purchased from Diebold away from the market leader ES&S, Election Systems and Services, which I just know they actually have a building in my city, and gave it to Dominion. This gift included the installed base of about 30% of the U.S. electronic voting system market. Within 2 weeks, Dominion also acquired Sequoia, which was formerly spun from Smartmatic, but ties between these two companies remained. Smartmatic is a UK-based EVS vendor whose software was used by Chavez to win the Venezuela referendum in 2004. Smartmatic's unit Sequoia faced troubles in the U.S. Those troubles quickly ended when its assets were purchased by Dominion. And now, you know, and now Sidney Powell comes out and says that it's basically a CIA operation. Sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah. When we're doing operations in Venezuela, and yeah, it's a CIA. Okay, the CIA puts people in power. This is the kind of crap the CIA does. Okay, they're freaking useless, other than causing us gigantic headaches and just screwing shit up, and then in turn making people hate the U.S. because the CIA's killing their leaders and rigging their elections, and then it gets done in the name of America. Biden considering Hillary Clinton as UN ambassador. Yeah. No surprise there. And now here's something that just pisses me off. Durham, you sack of crap. You useless piece of shit American. You garbage pile. Worried about blowback from Joe Biden. So he's the one who's been investigating Spygate, the spying on the Trump campaign. Been investigating it for 4 years. Obviously he's playing golf and jacking around, you know. He's done nothing. So he says he's not going to release anything about Spygate until 2021. So he's hoping that Biden gets in, so that way, he doesn't get put in danger. Oh, Mr. Durham. I mean, these kind of people, these are weasels. These people need to be just deport these people. These people are scumbag losers. You won't do anything for your country. You know the truth and you won't do anything about it. You're a piece of shit. You're garbage. And you deserve the worst, all right? I'm tired of people like Durham. What a piece of shit. Mother... Oh, all right, guys. Well, like I said, it's going to get crazy. What do you think's going to happen when Trump gets declared victory by his lawyers? You know, all the good news people, you know, all the good news agencies like Epic Times, Newsmax, all the people on our side are going to declare him the winner. Then what is going to go down? Because it's like a small dog, you know, it's like a little dog. And there's like a big dog or a bigger animal cornering it. And the small dog is Biden's victory and the media. And it's the small dogs, you know how it's small dog syndrome, where they're just like crazy, foaming at the mouth, like showing their teeth, like freaking out. But that big dog could take that small dog and just snap its neck. And so they're just going to sit there and go insane, foam at the mouth, rabies. And that's how they're trying right now to get everybody to back down, you know, because we've got a steep hill to climb. They've got all these people fully believing that Biden won. So they're just getting rabid. Now what happens when that big dog just takes that small dog and snaps its neck? What do all the constituents do? What's actually going to happen then? I predict that all the media is going to say, that's a lie. Trump stole the election. He's a dictator. It's going to be really, really interesting. Interesting is an understatement. It's going to be insane. So buckle your seatbelts, folks. Get ready. At the same time, we got stupid magical disease. I won't even mention it in this video. That way I don't have to edit it out. We got stupid magical disease, crazy stuff going on now. And if Biden gets in, permanent lockdown, permanent masks, at least a year. And see, by that time, if they can get it going that long, then by that time they won't even need to do a lockdown. All our small businesses will by themselves dissolve, and you won't even have to worry about telling people to wear masks anymore, because they'll be so scared of taking it off, because they'll be so used to it, that they'll just lock themselves up and they'll mask themselves, muzzle themselves. I've been reading this garbage book, and a lot of it's just lies. Wow. Like, I mean, it's hard to read, man. It's like, what the hell? What it is it's priced, it's got a low price point. It's made for a large production. They want lots of people to buy it. Peasants, people like me, don't have very much money. All the normal mask wearers, they want everyone to read it, because they're going to tell you how it's going to be. They're going to tell you what happened in the Black Plague, and it's just complete BS. They're going to lie to you, and you're going to say, oh, okay, we need to do this. They say, like they say in there, it's like, do we destroy small business at the cost of saving lives? Yes. And it's like, there's no proof that, the death rate's high enough for it to be a threat, but they just don't worry about those stupid, pesky facts, Just destroy your business, destroy your economy. It says governments should spend everything, not even everything possible. Government should spend unlimited amounts of money. That way you bankrupt your country, and the World Bank can buy your country. And then they can say, you owe us now, you're going to do what the UN says. So it's a world government, anti-human, slavery book. I'll put my whole, synopsis of this on the Patreon, and I'll put, like, pages of it on there. Whatever. Subscribe to the Patreon. If you want to support me, I'd appreciate it. I don't think I have any patrons yet. It's $1 to join for the first 20 people. Go on, check it out. Thanks for watching. This is Lars from Truth Be Told and The Briefing. Truth Be Told still banned on YouTube. Another week of ban left. By that time, I have one strike left. They will ban my channel completely. So if you're on Truth Be Told, go ahead and subscribe to The Briefing. Go subscribe on Rumble. Because I need that community. That's my biggest amount of subscribers. I need to be able to move it over to the new channel, and I will start a new Truth Be Told channel on YouTube. I will pester them over and over and over again. I will never let them have the upper hand. I will keep making that channel over and over and over again, and I want to be able to keep taking our subscribers and just moving them in there, because they'll get so pissed. So alright guys, this is Lars, signing off. Peace.
I have sworn upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. Thomas Jefferson. If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.